So here you are, magnificent beings, expressing through this physical body, exploring the contrast, knowing what you don't want, which helps you to know more clearly what you do want. And out of that exploration, sort of honing and sifting experience, you come all day, every day, to a myriad of new conclusions of what would be an improved life experience for you. You know what you don't want. You know what you do want. When someone is rude, you want them to be nicer. When you don't feel good, you want to feel better. When you don't have enough of something that you want or need, you want more of it. At all levels of your being, these conclusions are being arrived at by you at conscious and unconscious levels. So in the process of that, we like to explain it this way: rockets of desires, ideas of improvement, born out of the perspective of you, the selfish genius perspective of you out here on the leading edge, giving birth to this new rocket of desire constantly, all day, every day. Now, what happens next is what is essential for your understanding, and that is when an idea of something that would be an improved life experience is born from your experience, this non-physical part of you rides that rocket and gives that new intention its undivided attention. In other words, the larger part of you knows so well that no one would know what would be an improved condition for you than you. Even if you are a one-celled organism, even if you are a cell in a human body or otherwise, when the contrast that is being perceived by the perceiver concludes that this would be an improvement, the source energy follows the path of that improvement, and the evolution of all species is about exactly that. But from your human standpoint, what it means to you is life caused you to know that you want something that right now, temporarily, you probably aren't living. The contrast showed you that you want it, but you don't have it right now. But no worries, the source energy part of you is on it. The source energy part of you rides the rocket, not just rides the rocket, gives it its undivided attention. We've written a book and given it a wonderful title, Ask and It Is Given, and this is what this is talking about. But we want you to now understand that it's not just that you ask and it is given in that simple vernacular. It is that you ask because life causes you to do it, and the source not only gives it, but becomes it. The way it is given is that the source energy part of you becomes the vibrational equivalent of what you are asking for. Every little nuance, every big thing, every time you know what you don't want, you know what you do want. The source energy part of you turns its undivided attention to that expanded, furthest, most reaching point in the creation of the universe. Bless your hearts. You've caused an expansion. The question that we want to talk about here is, are you keeping up with the expansion that your life caused you to give birth to? Source did. Did you? And you know how you know the answer? By the way you feel. If you feel exhilaration, you've stayed up with it. In other words, you were rude, you wanted to be nicer. Well, I might want to be nicer, but not right this minute, because I was only rude because they were rude first. And we say the source energy part of you became clearer about human dynamics and held the thought of the improved relationship, and your beating the drum of what you don't like is causing a separation, a vibrational split in your energy, which you feel in the form of emotion. When you feel passion or eagerness or appreciation or love, when you feel interest in something, you are on the same vibrational track as the source within you. When you get up to speed with who you are, you feel vigorous, you feel vitality, you feel balance and clarity and eagerness about life. That's who you really are. That's who the little ones are. Watch them. They feel that. In time, you'll wear them down. You'll break them like you do your horses. You'll say, "You are far too enthusiastic for this condition. Behave yourself. Sit there and be quiet." And in time, because you're so in their face, they'll begin to listen to you. They'll begin to modify the way they feel. They'll be less vigorous. They'll be less eager in time. And then they'll come to a gathering like this, and we'll tell them what to do about it. So now you want to pay attention to the way you feel so that you can tell if you're vibrationally up to speed with what your life has caused you to become. Law of attraction is the most dynamic law, pervasive law ever. It exists in all dimensions, and it is responding to vibration, which is the basis of everything. Law of attraction says that when a frequency is offered, and a thought is a frequency, an energy, a vibration, that other frequencies that match it will align with it. You sort of get off track when you think about it in terms of magnetics, but you understand it more clearly when you think in terms of radio signals. You know that you can't set your radio dial on 6:30 a.m. and hear what's being broadcast on 98.7. The frequencies have to match up for there to be satisfying communication. So you can't set your frequency on "I don't have enough money" and be a vibrational match to the money that you've asked for, that the larger part of you has lined up for you. In other words, you have to be a match to what you want, not a match to what you've got. Now, it's lovely if you are a match to what you've got, and what you've got is what you want. But so often, what you've got is part of what you want, but there is something outside of what you've got that you want that you're not a match to because you're so aware of what you've got. You have to stop paying so much attention to what is and start giving your attention to what is becoming. And bless your hearts, you become such realist. You want to be objective. You want to weigh the pros and the cons and the pluses and the minuses. And mostly, you want to wrestle those unwanted things to the ground. And we're wanting you to understand that you cannot give your attention to things not wanted without, in time, establishing a habit of thought. That's all a belief is a thought you keep thinking, a chronic thought that chronically, incessantly holds you apart from what you want. So, we want to show you how your guidance system works. Law of attraction is responding to what you're thinking about. So if you're thinking about how easy it is for you to always find a parking place at this particular place, have you noticed there's always one waiting there for you? Have you noticed that if you've decided that you cannot ever find a parking place, there is never a parking place there for you, because law of attraction is responding to the dominant vibrations that you've got going on. But law of attraction is a much bigger story than parking places and money coming to you. It's a much bigger story than what's coming in response to the thoughts that you're thinking here in this physical body, because you are a source energy being while you are here in this physical body, and law of attraction is responding to everything that you are. Do you get that? And the result to you is this creates this dynamic motion forward, motion toward that which you have become. And to you, it feels like a raging river moving downstream to all things wanted, and more important, to all things that you have already become. How good is that? To all things you have become. So over here in your vibrational escrow, where this stream is calling you toward, are all things that life has caused you to desire. That's why we want you to understand life just gets better and better and better. It is not possible for you to become diminished beings. You cannot go back as a civilization or as an individual or as a source energy. You can never be less than life has caused you to become. You do not need to worry about the fading of your planet. You do not need to worry about the polar ice caps melting. You do not need to worry about this planet disintegrating. This planet is in vibrational hands of source energy, and we're not kidding you about that. It's not just because we're wanting you to believe in some frou-frou God that some of you do and some of you don't. We're wanting you to understand that the laws of the universe insist on expansion, and all is really very, very well. The question is, are you keeping up with you? And if you're not keeping up with you, if life keeps causing you to be more and you don't go and be it, then you get further and further in discord to who you are. And then you begin becoming a vibrational match to each and everything that's wrong with your planet. You get more pessimistic, you get more worried about things, you push up against more things that are wrong, you beat the drum chronically of things that you do not want. And in the process, this is so interesting, in the process of beating the drum of what you don't want, you keep becoming more. So you become more, but you don't go. 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 And then you write a book that says the world is coming to an end. And we say, no, it isn't. It's just you out of sync with you see. There. Isn't it nice to know? Isn't it nice to know that you have control of your experience because you're the one that's living the life? You're the one that's having the response. You're the one that's launching the rockets. You're the one that is expanding, and you're the one who's going or not, going or not. We love the feeling of this stream. So many humans, you take your boat down to the river's edge, you point it upstream, and you begin paddling very hard. And we say, but wait, the stream's going that way. Why are you trying to go that way? And you say, everyone virtuous and hardworking does this. We go this way. It's hard, of course it's hard, but nothing good is easy. You have to pay a price for everything, and so we're really good at it. Look how good we've become at struggling against the current. And then you go on to explain all of the reasons that you do it. All the monuments and trophies are given to those who try really, really hard. And after we die, you tell us, after we die, that's when the real reward for this struggle kicks in. And we say, no, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. There is not a reward later that is different than the reward now. There's not a punishment later that's different than the self-punishment you are applying now. There's you becoming and you going with who you've become and not, and that's all. And you don't even need to worry about it. Do you know you could come into this physical body, as so many of you do. You could listen to the hardship and all of the things that are going wrong from the people around you, and you could develop chronic habits of pushing against everything. And you could hold yourself in a pretty consistent pattern in not vibrational alignment with who you really are in this resistant, non-allowing place. And when you die, no such word, we like the word croak so much better. There is no death. There's not really croaking either, but it's entertaining. When you withdraw your consciousness from this physical experience, you will reemerge immediately into all that you've become in one fell swoop. In other words, you do not need to worry about holding yourself apart from who you are in the sense that you will not expand and evolve. You can't help that. But why torture yourself by not letting yourself be who you are? The navigational systems that Jerry and Esther and so many of you have in your vehicles know where you are, you program where you want to go, and the system gives you verbal and visual description of how to get there. It's very straightforward. As they're moving from Phoenix to San Diego, they don't fret over it. It's straightforward. They know how to get there. The journey is understandable. So even though most of the journey they're not yet where they want to be, more than 99.99% of every creation is accomplished vibrationally before you see the physical evidence of it. They don't freak out in the absence of San Diego all along the way. We're not there, 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 we're not there. They'd die along the trail if they kept that up. They don't get out there in the middle of the desert, not there, and pronounce to each other, San Diego is an impossible dream. San Diego is incurable because they understand it. Just point that way and keep going. But sometimes you're sick on your way to wellness and you get out there in the middle and you pronounce it's incurable because I'm not there yet, or because somebody else that's looking at me that's using criteria that has nothing to do with me has proclaimed that I can't get to where I want to be from where I am. The nerve they have of pronouncing to you that you've got something wrong with you that cannot be corrected. They just don't know. They don't know because they are looking at factors that are different than the creation factors. We say to doctors and scientists, when you stop looking for the cure and start looking for the vibrational cause, now you'll be on to something. So right here and now, you have come to a culmination point on many subjects. There's a culmination about your money, there's a culmination about your relationships, there's a culmination about your body, culmination about your house, your car, your kids, your dog, culmination about everything. In other words, you have all of these manifestations, and you look at these manifestations differently than we do because you say, oh, it's my life and what I've come to. And we say, no, it's just the indicator of where you right now are vibrationally. No, you say, it's my life and what I've come to. I did this and this and this and this and this and this and this, and here I am. And we say, no, it's just the indicator of how you're vibrating right now. It's only a vibrational indicator. Whatever is happening right now is a vibrational indicator. And when you change the vibration, the indicator must change. So for somebody to say to you, you have a fatal, deadly disease, and there's no way out of it other than death, we say, they don't know. All they could accurately pronounce is, this is an indicator, a manifestational indicator of the vibration you got going on. And we agree with them in the sense that most of you don't change the vibration you got going on because you don't know what the vibration that you got going on is, because you're mostly observing rather than thinking. We don't mean to be mean, but come on, think. Think about what you want. Don't just observe.